Good morning, gorgeous. How are you ladies doing this morning? I hope you're all doing wonderful. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Daph, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today, we are answering questions that you ladies submit, and we have a question about having feminine friends. So I want you to go ahead and sit back, relax, get something to drink, get something to write with, and let's talk about this.
Good morning. I have another question. How important are feminine mentors? I'm mostly always by myself with my kids. When I'm not at the gym or playing sports, and although I'm doing it with other women, they are alpha women like I am. I don't have feminine mentors, someone whom I can get advice from, correct me when I'm being too masculine, look up to, and be friends with. I get envious of girl groups I see together, and I feel as though I could never be a part of something like that. I have been rejected the most by other women. Even if I make changes, I feel like other women don't like me or I don't fit in. This leaves me feeling I'm not like them and not part of the woman group. But I am because I'm a woman. How do I find feminine friends? How can I bring femininity to my favorite hobbies like sports, football, and weightlifting and shooting? I realize that my interests don't match those what is considered feminine, like cooking and hosting, etc. Why do athletic women get looked at like they're wrong? Thank you, Chandra. Thank you so much for your question, Chandra.
Thank you for your question. So, we as humans all have a very strong desire for connection. It's so important for us to be able to meet people and feel a sense of love and a sense of understanding and be able to share our stories with one another. So, having friends as women is so important in terms of your emotional well being, in terms of your overall health. And I know so many of us do struggle to be able to find women that we feel are reflections of us and are able to resemble the kind of women that either we are or that we want to be. And I've heard a lot of ladies say that they struggle to even find women friends, that all their friends are men, but men have this sort of blockage a lot of times when issues come up. They kind of have this like masculine way of just kind of getting over it without really understanding the depth of the issue. And women tend to really be able to do that. But as a feminine woman, there are also traits that feminine women carry that are a little bit more difficult to find. And that's simply because there aren't that many real feminine women in the society anymore. And so, if you're looking for that, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to do to attract that. But you're also going to have to understand why they may be hesitant to jump into a friendship with you. Now, if you're dealing with women who truly are feminine, then they typically will be friendly. So usually they'll smile, they'll be open, and they'll be warm and easy to talk to. So if you're struggling to find women who are willing to be friends with you, then perhaps they may not be truly feminine women. Maybe they may look feminine, they may have on dresses and makeup and all of that, but in the inside, they may not really be. And it also depends on how you are approaching them or how you're organically forming these connections. Because as women, a lot of times, especially if you're a feminine woman, it can be tricky to balance friendships. Okay, there is a lot of jealousy that comes with other women maybe admiring you and thinking you're so pretty and you're so nice and you're so loved, and they want to get close to that. But then once they become friends with you, they are so jealous and they cannot handle maybe the level of magnetism that you have, maybe the attention that you get from people, and they end up causing problems. So it is very common for women who are feminine to embrace you in the moment, but maybe need a little bit more time to sort of vet you and see if you're someone that they want in their lives. And that's totally appropriate. But in order for you to make a friend, you have to be a friend. And I know that might sound so cliche, but it's the truth, my dear. If you're looking to make friends with someone, what is it that you're doing? How is it that you are showing up for yourself and showing yourself to them? So, say you are doing all these masculine hobbies, right? And you want to have feminine friends. Well, they may not want to be your friend if you're doing all of these things that they just can't align with or they just don't think is part of what they want to be. Because again, if they're becoming friends with you, they're also meshing their lives with you. So if you're doing things like playing football and shooting guns, that's not really attractive to a feminine woman. And if it is, then perhaps there also are things that they're going to have to know about you in terms of what kind of person you are, because they don't want to get dragged down into something that they're just totally turned off by. So I would encourage you to embrace some feminine hobbies. Now, if that's not what you're naturally drawn to, then I understand. If it's not, it's not. But if you are doing masculine hobbies, you can still be feminine in those hobbies. And most of it really comes down to your personality and the way that you present yourself and the way that you act more than the way that you look. But in terms of the physical appearance, just being groomed as much as you can be, doing things like getting your nails done and having clean and clear skin and smiling and embracing people for who they are, not being judgmental or having a bad attitude, not being negative all the time. And you can also look feminine depending on what it is you're doing. So if you look at like those movies where maybe there are women who are CIA agents or secret spies and they're doing things like shooting guns, right? Because you said you go to the gun range and you enjoy shooting guns. Those women are still very feminine. Okay, maybe they have a gun tucked away in their dress, and the way that they move, the way that they even like pull out their gun and handle their assassinations, it's done in a very feminine way. And that femininity is very disarming. So look at movies and watch how women who are doing masculine things can still remain feminine while doing them. Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Ladies, it's so important that you spend time becoming the person that you want to be and you get assistance doing that. Therapy is a wonderful tool for being able to unpack your past or to help you with your future goals. As a psychologist, I believe everyone should have therapy at some point in their life to better themselves. And BetterHelp can help. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that has therapists that you can talk to over the phone or in a live session. The great thing is you don't have to show your face. You can turn your camera off. It's affordable, and you can get matched with a therapist in 48 hours. As a listener, you can receive 10% off of your service by using the code FEMININE. So visit BetterHelp today at BetterHelp.com/feminine. If you are someone who wants to attract more feminine women because maybe you got to a point where you realized that you weren't feminine, and so now you're trying and you've gotten to this place where you're just totally different, and you look around and all of your friends are not people that you really want to be associated with because of their beliefs or their unwillingness to change, or just because you just want more feminine energy around you, then you are going to have to pay attention to the way that you look. Okay, being feminine in terms of how you dress, how you smell. Okay, wearing perfume. That's something that's really important as a woman, is having a aroma that smells nice. If you smell like sweat, if you smell just funny, if you're not grooming yourself by taking showers and caring about the way you look, it shows up. And in the opposite effect, when you do that, people do gravitate towards you. They may ask you what you're wearing. You smell so good. Or they may want to know where you got your purse from or your shoes from. These build these organic conversations. And that's actually how I've met quite a few of my friends. It's just by being somewhere and someone has a question. Hey, where'd you get that? Or I really like that necklace, or whatever it is. And then we start talking and we end up liking one another and exchanging information. And that's how it typically works. But if you're someone who is self conscious, if you're someone who feels like they don't have to do those things, but they still want these results, then you're going to have to self reflect and realize that in this world, you do have to show up for the job. Whatever you want is how you're going to have to be and how you're going to have to present. And speaking of perfume, if you are looking for a fragrance to smell super feminine and attractive, then you can visit my website, findforever.com, and you can check out my fragrance. Hi, loves. It's my birthday today. And guess what, ladies? Find Forever is cooking up something new for you in the next few days. On September 15th, we are launching two brand new fragrances that smell amazing. To get all the details, like the launch information, discount codes, the inspiration behind the scents, the notes, the pop up shops that I'll have, events, and everything else, sign up for our email list. The link is below in the information box. And in addition to that, we are going to have a giveaway where I will randomly select three email subscribers to receive our brand new fragrances, as well as our debut fragrance 2911. So sign up for the email list to be able to be entered and to get all of the information. I cannot wait for this new launch. I am so excited. I love you all so much, and I thank you for your support. I will see you soon. Bye bye. So it's important that you are not someone who is going to give up on herself. I don't want you to give up as you're striving to be a more feminine woman and to have feminine friendships. If certain people do not like you and don't want to embrace you, then okay, just forget about them then. Find someone else. Okay, don't put that on yourself and allow yourself to talk yourself out of where you've come from. Okay, you're at a point now where you're building yourself up as a woman and you're deciding that this is who you are now. And so, yes, it's going to come with a little resistance. And quite honestly, sometimes God just prevents you from getting to know certain people because they're not good for you. They wouldn't help your life. They would make your life worse in some way. Okay. They would bring damage to you. Sometimes you're just being protected. And you have to also look at things from that perspective as well and not fret or be down on yourself for not being able to be friends with these specific women. You can also join groups. There's so many groups on Facebook and Instagram, and even some on people's channels here on YouTube where you can connect with other women who are like minded, who have certain things that they're striving for, and you can build friendships from there. Okay, if you have a community where there are people who are interested in femininity or who are coming out of a place where maybe they need friends, it's a beautiful place to connect. So start maybe keeping your eye out for certain groups that you can become a part of. And your question about having feminine role models, yes, it's absolutely important for anything that you do in life to have role models and to have mentors and people that you can look to and learn from. Okay, we don't know anything about everything. There's always information that's in someone else's head that could help us in our lives. So, regardless of what it is that you want in life, having people who you know have certain things that you want, they're the ones to look to. So, it doesn't have to be someone who's calling you or emailing you or coming over. It can be someone that you see on Instagram who you admire their lifestyle or the way that they handle their problems, and you can watch how they handle criticism, or you can think in certain situations, what would this person do? How would this person react to this? And you can follow suit. So, having mentors is important. Having role models and people who you can look to for anything that you want to do in life is important. Just make sure that they have evidence of whatever it is that you want. Okay, if you are willing to trade your life for them, then that's a good person to follow. If you're not willing to trade spaces, then that probably wouldn't be the best person. They should have some evidence of what it is that you want and go for it. Okay. And there are people who have mentorship programs and things of that nature that you can actually join where you do pay and you're able to get access to them. So if that's something that you're looking for, then I would encourage you to search YouTube for that. I have gotten quite a number of inquiries about starting a program like that for years now. And it's something I am considering doing, maybe on a larger scale. So look out for that in the future. If it's something that you ladies are still interested in, leave me a comment and let me know. But I really hope that you're encouraged, my dear, to continue looking for friends and continue becoming the woman that you know that you're designed to be. And it's okay to have masculine hobbies. It's okay to be who you are. As long as you know that there is a time for everything and there is a time for you to be in your feminine energy, it's absolutely necessary as a woman. And you can find people who are like minded if you take a little bit of that masculine energy and look for them. I love you all so much. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram at Dr. Michelle Daff and at A Feminine Impression, and listen to my podcast, A Feminine Impression. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. Bye bye.